Brothers and sisters, I want to bring a little bit of a message, not from the Word of God, but just from my own heart, about this upcoming election and about the government. I want to be very clear. I am going to be uploading a video tomorrow that may upset a lot of you, but I implore you to listen to it when it goes live. But today I want to talk about something else that's very important. The government doesn't care about us. Whether it's Harris Walz or Trump Vance, the government couldn't care less about us. What do I mean by this? I will wager that the majority of my audience here on YouTube are middle class to lower class, and probably more primarily lower class individuals like myself. Actually, I'm lower class. I'm almost the bottom of the barrel. I'm on disability. I get very little money, so I don't even scrape the $20,000 a year mark to where I can get into the lower class. I'm below lower class. Anyway. Do you really think that people who make upwards of six figures every single year care about the peons that are working 9 to 5 at McDonald's and Walmart in order to make ends meet, who barely have enough in order to be able to get through an entire week without having to rob Peter to pay Paul, to pay Paul, or rob Paul the next week and pay Peter, and eventually not being able to pay either of them because the payments get to be too much? Where you have to go and hawk wares at a local pawn shop in order to hopefully make an extra $50 so that you can pay off the extra balance on your utility bill before it gets shut off. Where you might have to forego getting your medication 1 month because you have an unexpected bill for your child because you're struggling, but you want to do right by them. Or do you think they care about those in the working class that are doing everything they can to keep our roads and our utilities and our services going? No. The top 1% cares about the top 1% because they're the only people that they truly interact with on a regular basis. Whether it's Trump, Walz, Vance, or Harris, if you see them in public interacting with us normies, it's a facade. No matter who it is, no matter if it's your favorite candidate or not, whether it's some governor or even a low-level politician. Heck, I'm sure even the mayor of our town, small town Ohio, probably cares less about the constituents that he serves than about the people that are at his level in the local government that he canoodles with every week. You know, canoodling. Now there's a word. Haven't used that in a while. But there are so many things that we get wrong. You know, we think, oh, well, my candidate cares about me because he says he does in a political ad aimed at our area. Yeah, you know why he aimed that political ad at our area? Is because he can talk to the politicians that's running in our area, figure out what issues they're hearing about, make an ad that endorses that candidate that talks about those issues. And so then he can make inroads by, oh, well, the candidate I like for president also endorses the candidate that I have heard about for governor or for representative or whatever. And so you go to the polls and you vote for those two candidates based on information that they feed you through an ad. That's about the same as these influencers, and I know I'm guilty of it too, making videos on products that they've received for free in order to review and they give you glowing reviews of the thing, and then you get it and you're like, this is not nearly as good as I thought it was going to be. Although I will say every product I've received from a company has been stellar, and I have never given a review that I don't believe in. But that's just me. There are a whole lot of influencers out there that'll lie through their teeth in order to get you to buy the product that they want you to buy. And politicians are no different. It's just instead of money, well, unless you donate to their campaign, instead of money, they just want your vote on that day, right? So why am I saying all this? Well, let's be honest. I don't see much of a difference between Harris Walz or Trump Vance as far as us peons go. Other than a few big issues like, say, dismantling Social Security or the abortion issue, which, you know, that is an issue. I will admit that is an issue. Other than those things, there's really not a whole lot that changes between a Trump presidency and a Harris presidency when it comes to benefiting the little guys like us. Because let's be honest, the little guys like us don't even register on their radars. You know who they're talking to on a weekly basis as the president of the free world? They're talking to world leaders. They're talking to government business people. They're talking to the highest muckety mucks in society. They don't have time to worry about us, and they don't want to worry about us. That's why they went and ran for that office. It's not because they think of us as important. It's because they know that they can appeal to us, use us for our votes, and then toss us to the side as soon as they get what they want. And what they want is power. It's all about power. That's what any of this politics stuff is. Let's be honest. Oh, God, I'm doing the Trump thing. But, you know, I'm really, really just trying to really make it clear for you guys. The government doesn't care about you. None of it does. We make the government work for us through having our voices heard. But if we don't make our voices heard, they're not actively going out and listening. What they're doing is they're passively waiting for the most annoying and loud voices to get through the barrier, and then they hear about it and they act on it, because if they don't act on it, then they're not going to get into office again next time. That's what it is. I'm reminded of a parable from the Word of God about the persistent widow that kept going back to the judge because she knew what she wanted. What she wanted was justice, and she pestered the judge until she got what she deserved. And then the judge is like, this lady's going to kill me. This lady's never going to go away until I finally give her what she wants. Fine, what do you want? Have it. And in the same way, what do the politicians do in America? They wait until the loudest and most dissident voices start to speak. And when it gets through to them and they know how unhappy they are, they finally give us what we want, because otherwise they know they're not going to be in office after next term. That's what it is. So the government doesn't care about us. It cares about using us for what they want. That's what it is. So do not think that just because one party or the other gets in, that means we're necessarily going to have a better nation. We're probably not. We're probably still going to end up having plenty of problems because, let's be honest, politics suck for a reason. Politics are not great for a reason. And by the way, politics only ever serve those that are running and working in politics. They incidentally serve us, but only enough to where they're happy. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Have a nice day. God bless.